Okay, it's our house wildfire safety video. We decided to make a quick video just to share with what we do at our place. We've had a lot of fires like this come through, been about 35 years. So far, everything has survived. We've had fires burn through the property. The big thing about fires, they move very, very fast. It's a lot more intense than you can imagine, and you'll be in a panic mode. You may have a great idea in your mind what you're going to do, but unless it's written down, you're going to pretty much forget everything. Are you going to try and fight a fire like this with a garden hose? My thinking is no. You need to be all ready to go before this gets to this stage. Fires are usually driven by the wind. They can go faster than you can run. We've had fires burn about 2,000 acres in a little over an hour, and it was coming downhill too, so they can come from any direction, any time of the day or night, and they're more intense than you can imagine. There's 3 items we use for protection. One is the fire break. This is the main one. We have sprinklers that we can manually turn on. The lawn sprinklers can be reset to wet down vegetation. And then we have the house sprinklers on the roof. Those can be started remotely with a cell phone or a computer about anywhere. The sprinklers work really well. If designed for the wind, you have electricity and you have good water pressure. Usually you have lightning storms and the electricity goes off, so you're dead in the water. You're back to your fire break. You need to do inspections of your fire equipment, your fire plans. The whole family needs to be involved. In a drill would be a great idea. Have your sheet, what you're going to do. You need to do this at least at the start of the fire season. Your sheet or your list of what to take, this is really important. You'll need to make a list and laminate it, put it by the door, have several copies. Everybody needs to know where it is and what to do. Fires usually occur about the worst possible time. It may only be one person home. On your list, you want to have what to take. Computers, old photos, important documents, insurance papers, money, wallets, purses, stuff that you cannot replace. You'll probably only have a few minutes to do this. So you need to have your list. And if you could have everything in one area ready to go, that'd be great. Or mark stuff, what gets taken. Because you're going to be in a panic. You're going to be running around. You have just a few minutes to leave. So you need to have it written down list. You need to turn off the fans, heat pumps, anything moving air. This will minimize smoke damage. The fire breaks. This is probably one of our main protection items. This here, deciduous trees, yeah, they'll help some. There's a lot of weeds. We're not too great a shape. We do have sprinklers on the roof. This is part of the roof sprinkler firefighting system. Like I say, these are really phenomenal. They work very, very well if you have electricity and if they get started. Fire breaks are pretty much critical. This here, really bad situation. These flames here will definitely hit the car if there's a wind-driven fire coming from this direction. Is this a good fire break? Answer, no. Fire will come right through this. This would be a good road for a fire truck to attack the fire with. But these fires can jump a freeway, rivers, embers can fly over and start fires. Even the flames can lay across this road and burn it. This pole here has been burned. A lot of the poles have been burned from previous fires. This here is okay from this direction. There's lawn here, dead space, wood chips on the ground. It may conduct a little bit of fire, but it's probably not bad. These weeds back here, bad. This here's a little better fire break, maybe 150 feet from sagebrush to the house. It's a real steep uphill slope here. This is fairly adequate probably. We can set these sprinklers to spray back on the brush, and the roof sprinklers may help knock down the infrared heat, keep the roof from burning. But once again, sprinklers are only good if they're running. This here, the weeds are mowed down. This is really important. This will help a lot. If you can't get bare ground, you really don't want bare ground if you have dust problems. You need to get it to where it's cut down and there's some bare dirt in there to kind of hold down the fire. This can be fought fairly easy. This back here, no. This catches fire. One thing you can do is get out of the way of that. Here's another fire break. This is not adequate. It won't do any good. There's stuff around the poles. This needs to be cleaned out. A bigger fire break. This would be good for people trying to attack the fire. Have good access in. Here's a picture of a power pole that burned in one of the fires. It's sitting here, the vegetation across here, the flames come across and lit it on fire. It's the intense heat. So this shows a 16-foot road. It won't stop the fire. It will help with firefighting efforts. This is why you need to have everything under control, everything being wet down, and then leave. This is one of our firefighting sprinklers. It's a manual valve. We use steel pipe and a concrete pedestal. Invariably, somebody's going to panic, grab the hose, take off running, and snap the pipe off. If you use PVC out of the ground, then you're dead in the water. So these are all set in key locations. They're valved. If a fire does start, we'll start these and start wetting down the perimeter well before the fire gets even close. If it looks like the fire is going to get close to the house, we'll shut these off, or they can be shut automatically off. We'll activate the house fire system. By then, hopefully, we'll have everything in the car ready to go. Sprinklers will be run automatically on the roof, and then we'll leave. That's about your only hope. You can't wait to fight a fire or an emergency situation until it happens. You got to be ready to go. This is our fire system panel and our sprinkler control. We can either start it from here on the cell phone. If we have a neighbor run down, hit the fire system start button. It automatically runs. It'll automatically start the pumps, open the cross tie valves, put about 45 gallons a minute on the roof, and it's designed to run. You can reset it remotely. This is inside the PLC panel. This is a little bit excessive. It runs our sprinklers and a bunch of other stuff. Used to click PLC on it. Seymour panel, Automation Direct. Love them. They're great units. One thing we've done is put relays on everything and fuses. So in case something shorts out, it won't dump the whole system. Try to get some redundancy on it, more protection. Power supplies. But this is what we can use to run our whole sprinkler system remotely. You can time this with the Stride Links VPN network on your phone. You hit start, it starts, runs. It cycles sprinklers, maintains pump pressure, everything else, so you can leave. And the fire system runs itself. Here's a video of the sprinklers on the house. They just started, so they're not putting out full pressure yet, or water. But it'll throw about 45 gallons a minute at 50 psi on the house. Plus, you can say they overshoot a long ways. And that's important for wind. This was kind of set up to take about a 30-mile-an-hour wind hitting the house and still wet down the roof. Shake roof, not great. But the big thing is to get a lot of water on the house, throw water around it. Once again, sprinklers are great if they work. Some other items for storms you might want to be aware of. During a lightning storm, you want to unplug computer equipment, anything that's electronic. You can get some surges down the line. You want to use a whole house electrical surge suppressor. This can protect refrigerators and a lot of electronic equipment in the house. Everything nowadays is electronic. You want to keep vegetation away from the power poles. And you want to test your fire system procedures at the beginning of the fire season. Make sure your system runs. Make sure everybody knows what to do. Make sure you know what to take. Have your list ready. A fire hits, you may only have minutes to leave. So you really don't have time to stop and think. You need to be prepared for the worst case scenario. And you need it to work when it needs to work. Anyhow, that's what we do. I don't know if anybody can find anything useful on this, but it's prevented us from burning our house down a couple times. So, good luck. Have a good day.